We've just had a small tour of Slitherbow, delivered by our pal Runar here. What's next, Runar? Why are we even in this village? I'm not entirely sure. I guess that is an unlock for an ether current, probably, up there. A helping hand, level 74. Judging by the glint in Runar's eye, there is more for you to learn about Slitherbow. As expected. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions, or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Well, okay. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand... okay, sure, it'd be my pleasure. Meow 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 meow. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. Those jugs look really, really big. May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Urzabel when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. Right then, I'll fill, you water. You're so excited about this, Menfilia. The classic sheltered teenager archetype. I guess I just talked to her? This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack at the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. Take the jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 45 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Menfilia and try again. Can I run? I don't think I have a running skill. You have watered half of the plot. Fetch another jug of water to take care of the rest. Okay. Do you have another, Menfilia? Was there enough water for the plot? Meow 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 meow. Only half? I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. Take another jug of water before the contents leak out. Oh, this time I only have 30 seconds. Oh my god, I gotta run. I gotta run super fast. As if this is in any way difficult to accomplish. Unless there were some obstacles in my way, which it does not appear that there are. The whole plot has now thoroughly been watered. Oh! Urzabel, I did it! Meow 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 meow. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? Meow 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 meow. You watered the crops? Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops is always Tadia's duty, but she she is no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. Oh, there is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. Doesn't look that big. I don't know how you manage. Have the Blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin-eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in truth they found new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace among these burning skies in the sunless sea above. And that is why we pray for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children and generations yet unborn. Oh, to keep their legacy alive. It makes you think. In a profound way. A helping hand, quest complete. Minfilia seems to have come to a decision. An important decision seems to have been made just then, while we get our blue spirit plate belt of aiming equipped and get rid of the old one that is now cluttering up our inventory. Well, I got two things cluttering up my inventory. I gotta clean up my inventory pretty soon, probably. Hey, we inched up another point of eye level to 393. Hooray!